Konnichiwa. Yokoso no Movie Pop. Watashi no namae wa DJ desu. Let's talk about weathering with you. Stop the rain and clear the sky. Alright guys, so the critic consensus on the film was as follows. Currently, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's holding a 92% rating by critics, followed by a 95% rating. So, a round of applause as always when critics and audiences are totally jiving together. Oh, wow. Well, let's start with my expectations for this film. Now, I find it very intriguing. You know, this is having a limited release at AMC theaters specifically. I am assuming most other theater chains are running this movie or animated film in a limited release as well. But what I did find curious was the fact that I saw this film at AMC. It was subtitled. It had the original Japanese voice narration, which I do appreciate from time to time. But I know the English dub had two famous actors that I really was curious to see their voice talents being lent to a film. And that has to be Lee Pace, who is famous for playing Ronin in Guardians of the Galaxy, and also stars as one of the leads in *Halt and Catch Fire*. Furthermore, in addition, we have Kumail Nanjiani also attached to the project. So seeing these two names, as they're one of my two favorite actors, I was really hoping to see this in the dubbed version, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, at least at the AMC theater that I saw the exhibition at. So, what can we expect from this film? There are so many pros. Guys, I'm going to let you know off the bat my expectations for this film. I'm an old school anime kind of guy. Specifically, I like anime that's targeted more at the cyberpunk demographic. So pretty much anything that came out in the early 90s when we had cel-shaded Japanese animation, Ghost in the Shell, Ninja Scroll, Vampire Hunter D, all those films, Macross, I can go on and on and on. I mean, those are like my bread and butter. Those really ring true to my heart. So I'm kind of biased in that sense. But I can say confidently, having gone into this film totally blind, I was pleasantly surprised by the level of quality and detail presented in the animation. It is truly a marvel to watch. This film was funny. It had narrative depth. It was sad. I literally was tearing on two occasions during this film. And I think also it has a very timely message because, as the title suggests, Weathering with You does have a very understated but also prescient message to present about the future that we are most likely about to encounter regarding climate change and overflooding. And it does it in a whimsical kind of fantasy way. The only con I have to say about this film is that I did feel it was a little bit overlong. I think the runtime was nearly or a little bit over 2 hours long. So provided that you have that in mind and you prepare yourself for that, I think you'll be well served to have that bit of information, which I did not have. So I felt the runtime lag a bit. I had the pleasure of seeing this film with my two younger siblings, my younger brother, my younger sister, the latter of which she has a full comprehensive knowledge of anime at present, or anime at present. Her impressions of this film was, yeah, she liked it, she enjoyed it, it was great. My younger brother, who doesn't have as comprehensive as knowledge as her, felt the same as I did. We thought it was both a very fantastic film, totally engaged with it, loved it. However, my sister said, it was very good, but not as good as the writer-director's previous installment, Kimi no Naiwa. So as I understand, especially with Chris Stuckman stating as well that, the original film, the previous film he did was a lot better and also kind of had the original narrative, which this film more or less piggybacked off of with making small alterations, as I understand it. But if you're coming into anime totally blind, you don't know anything about the subject matter, or perhaps you have a very cursory knowledge, or perhaps you're a quasi-boomer like myself, who's still stuck in the early 90s anime films, I think you're going to be very pleased with this, with whatever scenario might describe you best. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give Weathering with You a resounding 4 out of 5 bags of popcorn. It's definitely worth your time to go see, especially in the slow season of January where studios dump their crappiest, hot, steaming pile of crap movies on us to view. Alright guys, so that's my review for Weathering With You. Make sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date with the latest movie reviews and of course movie news with our weekly broadcast every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's called Weekly Weekender, where we give you the 10 biggest stories of Hollywood and movie news for the week. So all you have to do is tune in to the live stream on Saturday, get caught up in 1 hour, and call it quits. Make sure to also to like us on social media. You can find all those links down there. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date, because I know you want to be sexy and be up to date with movie news. And with that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day.